Stop guessing if you actually need gesso. Here's the fast, honest breakdown of how to use it without wasting your time. So what I'm going to do is paint half the canvas with the gesso and leave half without it. And keep in mind that all canvases, even this is just a Michael's Artist Loft, like really inexpensive canvas, is pre-gessoed. And then you have your Blick Premium canvases and things like that, and those are usually triple gessoed. So most of your canvases are usually already gessoed. All you're gonna do is grab it. It's like, again, get it on a big brush, a big flat brush or something. And I'm just gonna do the right half with the gesso, and I'm gonna leave the other half not with it. So we could see the difference that it makes in the paint process here. So I'm just adding a generous coat. You know, I'm not being stingy about it. I'm getting it in there and I'm getting the gesso on. So you can see that I got it on there. And again, I did not get anything on the left. So the first rule is that you must let it dry completely before adding your regular paint. Acrylics over wet gesso will just mix together and it will just make your paint look chalky because these are matte. So say you're using a glossy type acrylic and you want your acrylic paint to have a shine to it, and then you mix it with your gesso, it's going to kind of counteract that. So you want to let it dry 100% before you layer on top of it. One other way that you could use the gesso, like say you want to tone your canvas and use paint mixed into the gesso to create a tone. I'm going to do that on a little swatch over here too. So like, again, the half is just going to be gesso. We're going to let it dry. This half, it has no gesso so far, but I'm going to do a little patch in the middle that has gesso with a little bit of paint, acrylic paint mixed in to create a tone, like a toner kind of underpainting. And I'm just adding a little bit of magenta because that's just what I have right here. So again, the magenta is mixed into the gesso. And then instead of doing gesso just by itself, I can do gesso with the magenta to create an undertone, like a toned canvas. So a toned canvas is just when you have a color, you paint your canvas, and then you end up painting over all of it pretty much, but you have that to go off of instead of a blank white canvas. So a lot of artists do this, they tone the canvas. So again, we have white gesso mixed with a little bit of color to create a tone, and then we have a completely unadded primer. So it already does have a pre-gessoed, but we didn't add any more. And so we're going to let these dry and then we're going to see what happens. So if you do want to speed up the process, you could use your blow dryer on like low heat. I wouldn't do too high heat because it can cause it to get kind of weird. So just do it on like a low heat setting and it will speed up the process. So do you even need it? If your canvas says pre-primed, you can skip it because it's pretty much ready to go. But if you're painting on like raw wood, cardboard, or like a ultra cheap canvas that you want to look nicer, like you want to up it a bit, you could use it there. You'd absolutely need it though, because otherwise your paint will get absorbed into that surface and look pretty dull. So if you want to keep those colors looking more like they would on a regular prime canvas, then using the gesso will help achieve that look. So another surface that I would recommend using gesso on is say you want to paint on acrylic with paper and you want it to look like it would on canvas, then I would add a layer of gesso to like a watercolor paper or something like that, even though you don't have to, but it will look a little bit better because the paper won't absorb it as much. It'll create a barrier for you that will help it act a little bit more like it does on a canvas, because that's kind of, if you're already used to painting on canvas. So keep that in mind. I do like using a layer of gesso on like watercolor paper with acrylics personally. So that's just something I like to do. So now that this is all dry, we could see what painting over it looks like with just the paint by itself. So I'm just going to use the pure magenta on a clean brush. I'm not adding anything to it. This is just some primary magenta paint. And I'm going to put a little swatch of it on the one that I added gesso, the one that I added toner, and the one that I added nothing to, and see if there's even a difference. Okay, so there's the gessoed, there's the primed with the tone, and then we have no gesso. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, honestly, you wouldn't really know the difference. And then this, it's like smooth. This feels a little more rough, just like a little more scuffy. And this has a little bit of a smoother feel on the brush. So I think sometimes, like if you want that more of like a smoother surface to work on, putting the gesso will get into the tooth and smooth the surface out a little bit more, which can make things like fine lines appear a little bit more smooth and things like that. So that could be totally a game changer for you and work really well for you in your process if that's something that you struggle with less primer on. I mean, it's just, again, it's gonna act different where a little bit because you added a layer of paint. So, but again, I don't feel like it's totally necessary. And I've seen some videos that say, no matter what, always add gesso to your canvas, even though it says pre-primed. And that, again, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, I think if you're trying to save money and you're just practicing, especially, and it's not something that you're really concerned about and it doesn't make a big difference in the way that it feels for you, then you can skip it because it's going to add up cost-wise and it's going to take you more time because it's a whole nother step of putting it on and waiting for it to dry. So this hopefully was helpful. Again, I'm using the Golden Gesso. And I just used a Michaels pre-primed, pre-gessoed canvas to demonstrate kind of how you can use it, how it goes on. It's not going to make or break your creativity. I mean, you can live without it, but it might be a fun thing to try to incorporate or test out. So if you do it, I always tell people, get a small size of something, like get a little bit of it, use it up. Don't just let it sit in your closet because then the products get old and go bad. I've had so many paints get old and I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I buy such a big bottle of that? Because I ended up not liking it. You know what I mean? I ended up being like, I really don't want to do this. Why did I buy a huge thing of gesso? And to be honest, this was probably more gesso than I needed, but I bought a thing thinking I had to do that to every single canvas. And then I realized I don't really need to do that. And it didn't really make a difference in the outcome enough for me to want to do it. Now, if I was like doing a different process that I felt like, or working on a different surface, like again, like with paper, which I don't usually do that often, then I would want to buy more of that because I know I'm going to use it in my process. So just know what you're doing and just know that it's not necessary if you're using a pre-primed canvas. All right. Have a good day. I hope that was helpful and stay creative. Maybe join me for one of my paint alongs. They're so much fun. And if you're absolutely new to beginner to acrylics, have a free course, the easiest beginner acrylic painting course ever on this channel. Go ahead and find that. It comes with a free downloadable workbook with fun exercises that you can paint along with to really get it into your system and just break down any mysteries. It's 2 years of art school in 2 hours, and it's just the fundamentals of acrylic painting. So again, if you're brand new to painting and you have no idea what you're doing, that might be something good to check out so that you can demystify some of the things and get some more inspiration with how to move forward. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.